Hi there, and welcome to another real yoga video. And today we're going to look at headstand. We're going to look at different approaches to learning headstand and ways of practicing that will provide you with a headstand that feels safe and secure, and one where you will not need to use the wall. So the aim of this practice is to end up balancing in the middle of the room. Obviously that might not happen today, but over a long period of time, just to remember the body will only do what the body will do. So if the body is not suitable for doing this pose, it requires a period of training. So you need to be patient and practice little and often rather than for a great deal of time occasionally, because that second approach to practice will not really provide you with any long-term benefits. So be patient, a little bit at a time, and I guarantee, what's guaranteed in life, but I'll guarantee for you, if you follow this program, you will end up being able to do headstand, balancing of the room. I don't know how long it'll take you, but it will happen. Okay, so look at the headstand. Interestingly, in the one of the oldest texts we have on Hatha Yoga, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it's not even listed as a posture. It's listed as a mudra, or an exercise for changing the energy balance in the body. And it's a practice there that's considered to be more advanced than your average asana. However, in modern day terms, it's not really an issue for us. And headstand, some of us can do headstand before we even go to our first yoga class, and others it might take us a year and a half, 2 years of consistent practice. So that that's the range we're dealing with. There are two types of main variations of headstand. There's the supported headstand and the unsupported headstand. And in this one we concentrate on the supported headstand. The unsupported headstand, like the tripod headstand that we're more used to doing in gymnastics and PE and whatever, that's really not a pose we use in yoga for maintaining the pose. That pose is used as a transition pose when you're doing other things in headstand, like coming up and down to arm balances and stuff like that. In terms of headstand and staying in headstand, which is really much of the way that it's used in yoga, it's used as a pose that you actually maintain and remain still in for the benefits described in the text. For that we use what we call the supported headstand. That's the one I'm going to be looking at today. Good. Okay, so there's different approaches to this. This is my approach, and so far so good. It's been tried and tested over the years that I've been teaching and practicing yoga. Okay, so clasping the hands like this, so you interweave the fingers and deeply as well as that, so you don't want anything sort of light and wafty like that. It's got to be a good firm hold, and thumbs come up like this, and the thumbs come up in the back of the head. Now if I was to do it from here, so the hands would grasp around the back of the head, and then the elbows would come in, and coming in at least shoulder width. So you don't want to have the elbows splaying out, because part of the way you do the pose is by pushing the elbows into the floor and the hands into the floor, and that's what provides you with the ability to use the arms and shoulders and take the weight off the head. On the other hand, you can relax the arms and shoulders and you can take more weight onto the head. So the ability to vary how you take the weight comes from the position of the arms and the amount of effort you put down into elbows, and the amount of effort you put down into wrists here at the outside of the wrists and the outside of the hands. So holding the head, a good grip, and you actually pull. So you pull forwards with the hands and push backwards with the head, and that locks those into position. The thumbs will be pointing up my back when I was upside down, so right now they're pointing downwards, and the elbows will be brought in into that position. The point of balance on the head is here at the top of the head, not the front. So the front of the head is used for some variations and going into back bend from headstand. For maintaining the pose, which is what we're trying to do today, we're not looking at variations. Maintain the pose, you want this spot here at the top of the head. So your head and neck are in line. And the neck is potentially incredibly strong in line. Okay, once you start doing this sort of, of that, this, you are going to be taking a lot of weight on your neck. So keep it in line. And that's the thing, if you've got your weight on the front of your head like this, your neck's all cricked up like that, and then you're putting your body weight sometimes down through your neck in that position, and then you wonder why you end up with headaches and like neck ache, and that's why. Okay, so it's cramping all these muscles here at the back, and it's just not good for the structure of your neck either. Okay, so to give you a side view on the main camera here, I get my position on the ground, I clasp my fingers, thumbs up, a well-known good luck gesture as well, so it all helps, everything we can get hold of we need to. Put the head down, hold the hands, bring the elbows in and start to push the forearms a little bit down to the floor. Now you're coming into like a down dog position with the legs. So toes curled under, and you lift up and you walk in as far as you can and remain with pressure from the elbows into the floor. So as you push the elbows down, you'll see what that does. It takes your back this way, behind me. That's what I need to do, is get my body weight, my centre of gravity, over the centre of the head in this space here between the forearms. And once I do that, I'm balancing in headstand. So my choices are, I can get up there using strength, and I can get up there using position and balance. And it's not one or the other, it's a combination of both. But in general, and this is true of many techniques in yoga, all these inverted poses and stuff like that, the more you get in the right position, the less strength you need. Okay, so exercise number one, get in that position, get the head in the hands, pull back, press in, push down with the elbows. As you push down with the elbows, the shoulders will come away from the ears. Curl the toes under, come in, and then don't go here so your elbows are floating in midair. The elbows must stay down on the floor. So as you come in, open the armpits and push the elbows into the floor. Take one leg up and tuck in, so you increase the weight going backwards. Slowly push the elbows, don't jump, and lift the other leg up and bring the other leg into the tuck position. And then come down and rest. When you come down and rest, just stretch the back of your neck out in that position, and you can come up. So it's most important that you go one stage at a time. So master each stage before you do the next one. And there's no such thing as cheating, because all you're doing, this is training, okay? Either you're going to train to do the pose, or you're not. This is, whether you do it or not, it's irrelevant. Just practice, stick with the system, stay on the program, and use it. So don't do this, don't come in, blah blah, in here like this, one leg, and stop jumping off this foot on the ground. That is not going to get up into headstand. Or if it will be a tentative balance and not control. We're after controlling the pose here. So, back to square one. In position, head, hands, elbows, shoulders, toes under, down dog, legs, come in. Keep the shoulders pushing away from the ears, so those elbows solid on the floor. One leg, two legs. Hold the tuck and press it. Okay, then tilt your pelvis. So move your pelvis into back bend, and then stretch the heels slowly up towards the ceiling,
maintaining the strength, keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears, and breathing in the ribs if you can. So if you're in a good position, the legs are firm, you point your toes up, your heels up, doesn't matter what, but keep the thighs gripping, the abdomen flattens in slightly, and the breathing in the ribs. Every out breath is a little flattening into your lower abdomen. Okay, when you've had enough of that, and come down before you fall down if you possibly can, just reverse the process, tuck, 1, 2, down, rest, and you rest, pull a little bit on the back of the head, so you stretch the back of the neck out, and come up.
Good. So you can see it's counterbalancing. It's getting the head here, getting the weight coming over. The more the weight comes over, the lighter the legs are, and the more they'll lift by themselves. Okay? So that's what you have to do. Get in, practice one stage at a time, and really concentrate on holding that tuck position. Don't hold it for too long. You know, a few breaths, you know, everyone's different. Okay? You know, between 3 and 6 breaths is probably enough. And then come down and rest, because you can over practice, and all you'll do is tighten up your neck and shoulders. I mean, you want to tighten your neck and shoulders up to a degree because you need to strengthen them. The stronger they are, the better off you're going to be. But you don't want to overstress them and end up with constant aching and injury and stuff like that. On that subject, best practice, you know, is give yourself a rest every now and then. So don't necessarily do this every day. Maybe do it 3 days out of 7, and just literally spend 2 minutes practicing, and then come away from it and go and do something else. So, you know, that little and often input is how we progress in yoga sustainably. Okay? So, you know, when you're an old person like me, you still want to be doing all this stuff, and that's how you get there. Okay? I'll do one more technique, which is straight leg lifting, and it's exactly the same. All you're doing is taking that weight of the hips over your head, even more than when you're bending the knees. So bending the knees helps you bring, as I say, the centre of gravity into this point. When your legs are straight, your centre of gravity will be out here somewhere. So your hips have to come over there more to get your centre of gravity in the middle. So your legs will lift almost of their own accord. And again, pushing with the elbows will help. Push the elbows downwards and forwards there, and that will help press yourself backwards and lift the legs up. Okay, in position, hold, elbows, toes, walk in. Okay, at a certain point, you bring everything over, keep the elbows pressing, and then try and lift up. This is the first stage. You lift, stay here. Then keep your pelvis back, lift the legs up, and as the legs start to lift, press your sacrum forward so you open the front of the hips out, and then the legs come up there. Keep breathing, it's very helpful for maintaining life. And then as you come down, if you want to come down, piking down, initiate the movement, take your tailbone back towards the wall behind you, suck your abdomen in, and then bring yourself down, and then rest. Again, get a good stretch out to the back of the neck, and then you're done. Good. Kick it up against the wall is fine. For one time, it will just give you, if you've never done headstand before, and you want to use the, you know, you want to just experience it, using the wall is fine. Get yourself, I don't know, a foot away from the wall, hold the head, same thing, come in, and this time you can push one leg up and then take the other leg up like that, and try and balance at the wall. Bring one leg in, use the elbows, move the shoulders, and see if you can hold the balance, and then you can close the legs up. Okay? When you kick up, try and kick up the legs straight. So if you kick the leg bent like that, you're going to come there, and then you're going to bounce
back off the wall. So that means you're going to have to take yourself further and further away from the wall to try and get space to balance, and that means you're going to crash into the wall. So, and this is, by the way, same for handstands. Come in, one leg, two legs, probably will be a little bit quicker than that. One away, and just once you start feeling this leg at the wall getting light, stay there, use the elbows, and work your shoulders, pull on the back of the head, bring the feet together. Excellent.
Good. Enjoy your practice. Ignore headstand. Just focus on the individual techniques, and the headstand will come as a byproduct of you mastering all the other techniques. Good. I hope you've enjoyed your video. We'll be putting more up on the channel, the Real Yoga UK channel, and if you could subscribe, that would help, because my pockets are not empty. I just even haven't got any pockets. So, you know, one day we might actually earn some money out of this, which would be great. Thanks very much.